Some men don't argue with their women. They just calmly cheat on them. Those are the guys that say, my boyfriend don't say nothing. My husband don't say nothing. He don't even argue back with me. He just going on by his business. Let me say what I want. It bothers him. It bothers him. Now, not all of them, but I know a lot of guys that they women nag them so much. They too in deep to just leave. They didn't know their wife was like that, according to what they tell me. They didn't know those things. They thought the wife was a little different. But once she got a good lock in, a good hold on him, she realized that she can let out a side of her that more irritating. She don't have to show her best side right now. It's not a good thing to do. But when you think you got power over somebody, you end up doing stuff that you don't. Most people end up doing stuff that they don't supposed to do when they think they got power over somebody. Think somebody can't do nothing. It's like a subtle bullying syndrome. So the guys usually have the technique, the mentality, they say, it's cheaper to keep her. So what happens is they calmly digest the pain that she projects, the irritation, the nagging, the unsatisfaction, the complaints. Even though he's working hard, he calmly finds someone to cheat with. May look better, may look worse, but he do cheat. May look better, may look worse, but it's gonna go down. The guy who really is trying to make it work, he's talking back. He's not trying to control, he's trying to find a solution. The guy who gave up is the guy who zip up. I mean, I have nothing else to say. I done said all I could. Now it's time to act. In order to take the stress away, I'll get a little intern at the job, or I'll get a side girl, side chick. You know, it's not right. It's just what a lot of guys do to get a peace of mind. Release the stress. Because after all, even though he's working hard, a lot of times his wife or girlfriend does play sex games. I don't feel like it. Not today. Just give me some time. I haven't been feeling good lately. 2 months, 3 months. Most likely she's probably hopping on some handbone herself. If not, she just lost her drive. But he probably didn't lose his drive. As if he suffocate and work 13 hours a day, 7 days a week with no release, go crazy and jump off a building, or cheat. He could pray, get close to God. That's the best thing to do. If they both into God, they won't have those problems. If they both married each other for the right reasons. If they both pray together, then they wouldn't do those type of things. And God wouldn't allow them to do, would convict them where they wouldn't do that type of things. But this world, they operate under a worldly system. And the worldly system is like control the other person. They want to control the other person. They don't want peace of mind. They let the devil get a hold of them and think like, oh, if I'm good enough to marry, then evidently I'm good enough to control this situation. It's crazy, but it's a lot of guys. Them guys that be talking and trying to negotiate and trying to make sense out of this situation and come to a peaceful solution. They often, the more they talk, the more sense they make, the more confused their women be. Did you get that? Sometimes, not all the time, But a lot of men are pretty clear in what they talking about. But the more sense he make, the more he try to open his heart and explain himself, the more confused she act, even if she do understand. The more confused she gonna seem to be or want to be. And if it makes so much sense, if she's really evil, she don't want to admit that she's wrong. You know what people say. Now you know what people say when they don't want to admit when they're wrong, right? You already know what they say, right? Tell me what they say. Type it in the comments what they say. Let's agree to disagree. That's what they say. They say let's agree to disagree when they don't want to say, you know what, I'm wrong, you right. I'm wrong, you right. That's how it go. I'm wrong, you right. It's that easy. But the people can't say that. It's so hard for people to say, I'm wrong and you right. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm Alan Williams, the Millionaire. AWTR. Alan Williams, the Millionaire. So when you see AWTR, you know it's me. But I'm here to let you know. Try to work it out. Don't fight and fuss. Try to give your man, ladies, try to give your man a peace of mind. He's married to you. You should be his biggest fan. When he comes to the door, you should be hollering and screaming like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, or Trey Songz coming in there. Because he worked all day for you. He decided to marry you. You should be his biggest fan. You should be his biggest fan. Don't scream for another man. Scream for your man. He deserves it. He married you. He's working a lot of hours, sharing his money. Nobody perfect, but the fact that somebody even trying to marry you and they're not nuts, give them the benefit of the doubt. Show appreciation. Communicate well. Pray together. Be spontaneous. Sexual acts. Be submissive. Treat every day like your last day with your mate. Don't act like tomorrow promise. If you're not feeling good, say you ain't feeling good. And then say you're going to make it up. Always say you love. You never know when the next time you're going to see your mate. They walk out don't mean they're going to walk back in. Don't want to be negative, but in this world, the reality is ain't nothing promised. You can die on your own spit out here these days. Be careful, y'all. Appreciate life. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't waste your time arguing and fighting and trying to control somebody. Don't be so prideful where you can't say you're wrong. Don't miss out on a good person thinking something else good out there. Just because somebody might look better. They might have better sex. But they might not have a better heart. And they may not love you better. Don't appreciate the person who don't love you more than the person who do love you. Don't look for fault in people that's poor versus look for the best in people that's rich. You take more from a person that got more money, and you take less from a person that got less money. Don't do that. Because less don't always mean less forever. And more don't always mean more forever. I'll let y'all later. Subscribe to all my YouTube pages. AWTR. Alan Williams, the Millionaire. I love y'all.